So do I do the intro?
We haven't decided. Do you have an intro you want to try? Yeah, go for it, man.
I don't know. Okay. Greetings, fellow adventurers. Welcome to Talking Fey, myself's show. I totally f***ed it up already.
We're great at intros.
We are so good at the intros. All right, let's do this. Greetings, fellow adventurers. Welcome to PeakD&D, and this is Talking Fey, where we recap what happened in Into the Fey, a module that we're playing by Luke Hart from the DM Lair. Links in the description below. So today we're going to talk about what happened last time in our last set of adventures on Into the Fey. If you haven't checked out the gameplay, Max is going to tell you a little bit about it.
Last time on Talking Fey. No, I don't know.
Last time.
I'll give the recap. So we met up. I forget the merchant's name. I'm really bad with names. Yakuza. Bakio Yakuza.
It wasn't Yakuza.
It was close enough.
Bakio, I think is
No,
correct.
Bakio was right. Hey
okay.
man. He had his portrait stolen by his grandfather. There were some incompetent guards. You did a really good job of interrogating them. I tried to be bad cop, totally failed. But you got the hint, and we ended up down in the sewers. We uncovered some sort of dastardly custodial plot with all sorts of dead bodies. No, there was some undead that we found, and then we stumbled upon a secret little Fey dungeon where the mistress. We saw a visage of the mistress, the possibly main bad person. I don't know, the most
At least
main.
somebody a little higher up the chain.
God love Tony, and Gord.
Gord is learning about the trepidation that comes with coming to a large city and knowing nothing about it. And I love Gord.
Oh no, it's awesome. I'm so proud of Tony. In fact, that was one thing I was thinking about, like before we were gonna like turn on the camera. I was like, all right, what do I want to talk about? And I wanted to give Tony props just for his like awesome role playing of Gord and what he's doing with his lawful good paladin, and you for the dogs and the jerky, which I think was probably the most brilliant in-game choice that was made in that last session. That was on point.
That was interesting. I was just I want to just cause a distraction. I don't really want to like just have to bust in there. Maybe we can cause a distraction, throw something in there. And I saw these dogs, and I looked on my character sheet because I always write down how many rations I have, and it says there's jerky in the rations, so I threw out the jerky, a couple days worth of rations to these dogs.
It's always good. Like one way that I've found that I think is a really solid way to play Dungeons and Dragons is if you can get the bad guys to be reactive as opposed to active. You know, if you force them to use their actions to respond to what you do. Reminds me of like chess, right? If you go on the offensive and you start dictating the action,
right,
I think it gives you a better chance of producing favorable results.
Oh yeah, if they have to choose between dealing with something else and you always want it to be that something else, right? Like that's sort of Jaastien's MO. Make something else worse than his current situation.
So now I'm really glad you brought up Jaastien because I'm super curious. Like, why is Jaastien even part of this group, right? Like, you know, so like, why is he hanging around with Gord and with Illinsworth?
He likes hanging out with a variety of, people from all walks of life. It's sort of he likes, partying, and he's probably that guy at a party who is, he'll pull you aside at some point and get your life story and like totally, empathize with you, and you'll be best friends, and then he'll never look you up ever again. But
good to know.
Yeah, no, that's sort of him.
Sweet. When I get dropped.
He's that guy. Yeah, he's just like, he never gives you that call back, girl. He ain't gonna call you back.
Okay.
But why is he in this group? I think because ultimately he never really had any true friends, and this is the first time that he's felt a connection. And his in was that they need him. He needs to help them make money.
That's interesting.
With the failsafe that they sort of need him to.
That's interesting that you bring up like the friend group stuff and like having like this first time he's been part of a crew, which is good because that's going to tie in really nicely.
One of the things at this point we don't know. We don't know anything about the mistress, but there was some crazy old-looking chick. I don't know who she was, but
Tony kept calling the bitch.
The lawful good paladin.
That bitch. I know.
Oh, when
he smashed
he smashed our informant Pixie, that was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
That was an exceptional moment, and role played very well by him because he was like, oh wait, that thing is evil, bam, smash, and And we're just sitting there like, what just happened?
Yeah, well, exactly. We were
That
in
was
the middle
great.
of a conversation.
Divine sense.
Exactly.
We wouldn't know he's doing that, right? Like,
I don't think so.
I don't think that he's just like sort of getting a feel.
Well,
He's been
because in my
sitting
mind,
back this whole
you know,
conversation.
it would be like if the camera was the drunk pixie that we were talking to, like you and I would be talking like this, and Tony would be like behind our back.
I think this is sort of this is the first like official module stuff we've played of Into the Fey, of Luke Hart's module that we're sort of doing this playthrough for, and having an awesome time doing it. It's really, really fun. I like the sense of mystery that he's developing at this point, hinting at bigger things to come.
Okay.
And I'm also looking forward to like our character's development, living in this world that he's created. I like the mystery of the Feywild, and think he's doing a good job of like establishing like the connection to the Feywild and these things that we don't know about, or, you know, pixies and different Fey creatures just sort of coming out of the woodwork. To what ends, we don't know yet, but I just think it's fun, it's engaging, and it's I'm excited to see what happens next.
You know, the beauty of being like level 1 characters who
It's awesome.
And like me, like being like a city kid, like I don't know anything about the plains, like I don't know anything about like Feywild. What does this mean?
Right.
Queensgate? What are you talking about?
Well, I think that about covers it. We
Sure.
We recapped a lot about what happened Into the Fey. Make sure you check out the gameplay. If you want to follow out every week, we're going to put out a new episode of Into the Fey, us playing through this module of Luke Hart's. Again, you can check it out. The description to pre-order the module, if you want to get in on that, is in the description below. You can check out the Kickstarter page and check out all the PeakD&D content on our YouTube page. But check out next week's Talking Fey, where we'll review the next couple sessions of Into the Fey.